Seton, poll question. What are we going to go with in the first hour of the program?
Well, it's Monday, so let's start with worst loss of the weekend.
Wow.
Got some options here for you.
Are the Blue Jays in this?
The Blue Jays are not.
Okay, they're off the board.
Yes, that's obviously a terrible one.
Okay.
We're going to keep it to just NFL and college football.
Okay.
Go with those two. Right. Why don't we start in the NFL? We could go straight to your Cincinnati Bengals dropping one to the Chicago Bears.
They're not my Bengals.
Paul's Chicago Bears and somebody else's Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes. Here is the Bengals head coach, Zach Taylor, as the Bengals found yet another way to lose.
As coaches, we got to spend this week finding a way to help everybody and get it done, because it's sick. It's sick to lose like that. It's sick. So we got to own it, and we got to keep finding ways to improve and keep finding ways to find a win. Just these last 2 weeks, it hasn't happened.
Okay. You get incredible play from Joe Flacco and no defense. Again. It didn't matter if you had Joe Burrow this year. It really didn't. I mean, you got Trey Hendrickson, but that defense is not good. I wouldn't be surprised if you ship him out the trade deadline the way things are going here. Your defense can't be any worse. Might as well get something for him. But you're watching that. And look, somebody had to win that game. Somebody had to lose that game too. And the Bears certainly had their hand in both. Maybe winning, maybe losing. But you're watching the Bengals, and all I thought is, can you maintain 500? If you can maintain 500 for another month or so, and maybe you get Joe Burrow back, it doesn't matter if Joe Burrow comes back. You're not winning. And you're scoring 40 and not winning. That's pretty hard to do. Chase Brown, the running back for the Bengals, who had 100 yards, not happy.
We just got to play complementary football. Like, we put the ball in the end zone and go up a point at the end the game. Like, make them get us the ball back. Let us go to 22 victory and let's end the game. That's how I feel. Any playmaker on this team, any position, like, we're all willing to do whatever it takes to win. We just got to finish. I think that's like what you go into this bye week thinking and kind of repeating to yourself is just finish these games. Please finish them.
What was running through your head walking back to the locker room, Chase?
Probably the same as what was running through your head. Like what the
Yeah, kind of a nervous laughter there. A bye week. You've lost 6 of 7. And this is where you get a divided locker room. This is when the offense is like, what is up with you guys? Just get a stop. The Bears, they're not that good. Just get a stop. We could have won these games. Yes, Eden.
Hey, it really isn't anything new for the Bengals either, because you could go back last year.
Yeah.
How many one-score losses they had. You lost 16-10 to the Patriots, 26-25. They have a lot of very, very, very close losses over the years, over the last 2 years at least.
You don't think of the Bears as a running team, but when you give up over 250 yards rushing to the Bears, culture is a word that's used a lot, and that culture is not good. And Zach Taylor might be holding on for dear life here because you've lost 6 of your last 7, and you're giving up 40 points in these games. You're scoring 40 and losing. All right, who else would be on that list there, Seton?
Let's see. Worst loss of the weekend. We can hit the Colts at Steelers. That's a bad loss for the Colts
because of how they lost. Because it makes you go, Danny Dimes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of those where I was curious about it, and then all of a sudden I go, Danny Dimes. Maybe he is who we thought we were. I thought that was going to be the message today. And maybe it should be. He had 3 interceptions there. But they have 6 turnovers. You're not going to beat anybody. But that's why you've been really good. You haven't been beating yourself. And, okay, maybe it's 1 week. And I would buy into 1 week. But I don't care what they do during the regular season. It's going to be in the postseason. There are certain teams, and we've singled them out before, and the Colts are in that category. It's a wonderful story until you get to the postseason. I go back to Sam Darnold with the Vikings. Man, this is incredible. He is incredible. They're incredible. And then they weren't incredible, and then they moved on from him. By the way, he was unbelievable last night. It was about as perfect as you could get. What was he, 16 for 16 with 4 touchdowns at one point? But the big headline of that game was, why was Jayden Daniels in there? It's 38-7. That was what I was like, what are you doing? Unless, Dan Quinn was thinking, I got to get him more reps in there. I would get him out. He's been banged up the last couple of weeks. Here is Dan Quinn answering that question post-game.
I'm asking this really respectfully. I want you to understand that. But Jayden's been hurt 3 straight times in 3 straight games. Does this organization have to take a different approach with him with regard to keeping him on the field, even if a game's lost, or you think there's a chance, even if you think there's still a chance to win, if it's not capable of giving him the support he needs on the offense and the defensive side for him to be at his best?
Yeah, I think the answer to that is we will give him the support to do that. And I'm certain of that, Dave, to make sure that we do that in every single way. And that's calls, offense, defense, like the whole way through, man. I absolutely feel that way on, the hamstring injury, and so tonight with an elbow. It's really important we get that part right, and we will.
Tough to watch. Shouldn't have been out there at 38-7, just because he's been banged up. You got to preserve him for the long haul here. And that long haul is going to be now without Jayden Daniels, perhaps the rest of the regular season.